If Taylor Sheridan and Paramount Plus's deal ends, I can see one genuine upside. A conflict has reportedly arisen between Paramount Plus and one of its top creators, Taylor Sheridan. And while this butting of heads could be disastrous for the long-running business partnership, there is one silver lining. In 2018, Sheridan rose to fame when he created the popular neo-Western TV series Yellowstone. In the intervening years, Sheridan expanded on this universe, releasing prequels, spin-offs, and totally new Western action series. Throughout this era, Sheridan has had a firm partnership with Paramount and its streaming platform. Yet recent news hints that this collaboration could be facing some serious obstacles. Sheridan and Paramount have a somewhat unique relationship. At first glance, their biggest connection is that Paramount Plus streams all of Sheridan's TV titles, from 1883 to Lioness. Beyond that, however, Sheridan is also quite important to Paramount because his shows bring in countless subscribers. Arguably, Paramount Plus has struggled to make a name for itself in the world of streaming, but Sheridan's shows have kept the platform relevant and worth getting. All in all, Paramount needs Sheridan as much as the showrunner needs its platform, but now, priorities may be changing. In a report recently published by Puck, it was revealed that Paramount's new owner, David Ellison, and its head of streaming, Cindy Holland, are looking to cut the budgets for Paramount Plus TV shows. Apparently, the pair are hoping to spend $9 million per episode. For reference, Sheridan's series usually cost between $12–16 million an episode. Because of this, Sheridan is reportedly unhappy with Ellison and Holland's plans. With Sheridan's deal up for renegotiation in 2027, many are wondering if these budget cuts could be a deal-breaker. The worst-case scenario that could come out of Paramount's plans is that Sheridan leaves the company for another streaming platform willing to spend more money on him. At this time, there are no reports of open animosity between Sheridan and Paramount, but Sheridan's dislike of the new budget cuts show that the disagreement could fester into something far worse. If Sheridan left Paramount, it would be a major blow to the streaming service. Paramount Plus would lose its most lucrative titles, leaving it desperate to fill the 8-series hole that Sheridan would leave. Sheridan's potential departure from Paramount would be difficult, but one positive that could come out of it is that Sheridan might pursue movies again. If Sheridan pulls out of his deal with Paramount, then he would not be beholden to making more TV series for the platform. In this way, he would be free to pursue other projects that he couldn't before, including films. Currently, Sheridan hasn't written or directed a movie since 2021. After gaining even more success since then, it would be great to see what Sheridan would cook up in the present day. The prospect of Sheridan making more movies is exciting because his films are deeply underrated. More often than not, audiences recognize Sheridan for Yellowstone and Landman, but in the years before he established his television empire, he was behind some truly excellent movies. In 2015 and 2016, he wrote the screenplays for hits like Sicario and Hell or High Water. Plus, in 2017, he impressed critics with his neo-Western crime drama, Wind River. Ever since Yellowstone, Sheridan has had to take a step away from movies, but in different circumstances, he has the potential to make some really great films. Of course, the best-case scenario is that audiences get both Sheridan shows and movies. It would be a shame for Sheridan's TV series to be forgotten, especially as shows like Lioness and Landman pick up steam. Yet, at the same time, Sheridan has been neglecting his talents as a screenwriter and movie director. In a perfect world, forgetting his issues with Paramount, Sheridan would be able to split his time between his television empire and new movies. Fortunately, Sheridan does have some new tricks up his sleeve. Now that 1923 Season 2 is airing, Sheridan's next release will likely be The Madison, a Yellowstone universe spin-off. Beyond that, he has also discussed a Beth and Rip spin-off series, Mayor of Kingstown Season 4, and the long-awaited 6666 Ranch spin-off. However, his most exciting project may be his adaptation of Empire of the Summer Moon, a nonfiction book about conflicts between the Comanche and white settlers in the American West. Overall, Taylor Sheridan is not slowing down, regardless of what his future holds. If Taylor Sheridan and Paramount Plus part ways, it might initially seem like a devastating blow to both parties. Sheridan's Yellowstone universe has been a juggernaut for the streamer, producing multiple spin-offs, driving subscriptions, and redefining modern Western storytelling. Meanwhile, Paramount Plus has provided Sheridan with a platform to expand his creative empire, which now includes shows like 1883, 1923, Lawman, Bass Reeves, and Special Ops, Lioness. However, should the relationship end, there could be one genuine upside: the creative liberation of Taylor Sheridan. The downside of oversaturation. One of the biggest criticisms of Sheridan's current deal with Paramount Plus is the sheer volume of content he's producing under one brand. The Yellowstone universe alone has expanded to multiple timelines, each with high production values and A-list talent. Add in his non-Western series, and it's easy to wonder whether the sheer output is diluting the quality of his storytelling. A departure from Paramount Plus would force Sheridan to refocus. Without a singular network expecting constant expansion of the Yellowstone IP, he could explore new creative avenues, potentially leading to a revitalization of his work. Instead of churning out another spin-off to keep subscribers engaged, he could craft fresh, standalone stories that harken back to his early work, such as Sicario or Hell or High Water. Freedom to work with different studios. A post-Paramount Plus Taylor Sheridan would no longer be confined to one studio's priorities. While Paramount has undoubtedly given him the resources to bring his ambitious ideas to life, there's always the risk that corporate interests dictate creative choices. If Sheridan were to break free, he could pitch projects to Netflix, HBO, or even return to film, opening the door for a broader variety of genres and storytelling formats. Consider what happened when other prolific showrunners left their exclusive deals. Shonda Rhimes went from ABC to Netflix and immediately delivered Bridgerton, a departure from her usual medical and political dramas. Ryan Murphy, once locked into a lucrative deal with Netflix, found renewed energy in The Watcher and Dahmer after working beyond the confines of his previous projects. Sheridan's signature storytelling, rugged landscapes, morally complex characters, and sharp dialogue would likely translate well to different platforms. Imagine a gritty Western on HBO, a neo-noir thriller on Apple TV+, or even a return to the big screen with a feature film that isn't tied to an extended universe. The opportunity to make films again. Before his rise as a television mogul, Sheridan was primarily known for his work as a screenwriter and director in film. Sicario, 2015, Hell or High Water, 2016, and Wind River, 2017, are widely regarded as some of the best neo-westerns of the last decade. Each of these films contained powerful stories that didn't rely on world-building or spin-offs to make an impact. If his Paramount Plus deal ends, Sheridan might return to filmmaking in a big way. Without the pressure to sustain multiple shows, he could focus on crafting one or two standout films that push the boundaries of his storytelling. Perhaps he could revisit the crime thriller genre or explore entirely new themes beyond the American frontier. The return of Taylor Sheridan, the filmmaker, could be one of the most exciting developments for cinephiles in years. Potential collaborations with A-list directors. Sheridan's move beyond Paramount Plus could also lead to new collaborations with filmmakers who share his sensibilities. What if he co-wrote a film with Denis Villeneuve, the director of Sicario, or teamed up with Christopher Nolan for a historical drama? The possibilities are endless when Sheridan isn't bound to a single studio's vision. Yellowstone's legacy would still live on. Even if Sheridan leaves Paramount Plus, Yellowstone and its spin-offs aren't going anywhere. The franchise has become too valuable for Paramount to simply abandon. Another talented showrunner could take over, similar to how AMC continued the Walking Dead universe without Robert Kirkman's direct involvement. If done right, Yellowstone could continue to thrive while Sheridan embarks on fresh projects. Additionally, Sheridan's departure wouldn't mean that his characters and stories vanish overnight. He could still be involved in limited capacities, perhaps writing or consulting on key projects, while shifting his focus elsewhere. Yellowstone might evolve beyond his original vision, but that doesn't necessarily mean it would decline. A new era for Sheridan. Taylor Sheridan's time with Paramount Plus has been nothing short of groundbreaking. He turned the Western genre into a modern-day phenomenon, proving that audiences still crave rugged storytelling in an era dominated by superheroes and sci-fi epics. However, no creative partnership lasts forever.